Allez, avant d'attaquer le match 2 de cet après-midi entre Michael Koch des Pays-Bas et Halvar Hagen Nilsen, le Norvégien, nous sommes avec Matthew McNeil, joueur professionnel américain. Thank you, Matt, to be with us. What did you think of the first game between Jack and Michael?
It was a good game. You know, both players were lined up. When they made a good shot, they got a good result, and the ball went through the pins very well. So they did that part. Unfortunately, in Jack's case, being 17, he doesn't have the experience that Michael had. And Michael just made a few more better shots than Jack did, unfortunately. But for being 17, he handled himself very well, and he has much potential in the future.
Le résumé de cette rencontre par Matthew McNeil, c'est que Jack manquait d'expérience face à Michael. Justement, Michael, on le retrouve sur le match numéro 2 contre un autre très jeune joueur, 19 ans. C'est le Norvégien Halvar Hagen Nilsen. C'est parti.
Thank you very much, Olivier and Matt. And indeed, here is Michael Koch going for his 4th win in a row. He survived a 178 tie and roll-off against Veronique Sigur, then shot back-to-back 260 games to defeat Sarah Hood and Jack Blythe. And here he is against Norway's Halvar Hagen Nilsen. Nilsen qualifying 7th in this Masters stepladder. And let's watch Koch's first shot, a beautiful flush strike right back where he left off. And he has got a great line on this 41-foot oil pattern. And looks like he's balled up a little bit to the phase 2, moved left a little, working the oil seam. And another beautiful start by Koch. And let's get our first look now at Nilsen from Norway, and playing about the same line as Michael Koch. We'll see if that has an impact on the match later on. And on this right lane, which historically has been a little tighter through these matches, just a little late turning the corner for a flat 10-pin. Nilsen, over 32 games, averaging over 210, almost 211, to qualify 7th, as we said, for this Masters stepladder. The winner of this match moves on to face France's Manon Gracier. And no trouble on the 10-pin for Nilsen. Welcome, everyone. Bruce Hall here. I'm your international voice for these Bowling Promotion Tour matches, partnered with my friend Bruno Bedone and his great crew who have put on these matches for you. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We have Gracier, and after that, Quentin Deroux. And here's the left lane for Nilsen, catching the dry a little bit, going high, so the lane's behaving as they have before. And that might have been a hair left off his hand, but on that drier lane, he doesn't get a lot of forgiveness through the beak for the baby split. And let's see how Halvar does here. Halvar, a prominent player in many events around Europe. Yeah, as we said, with a beautiful stroke, and gets that one a little left and chops the 2-3 off. So no spare conversion there for Halvar. Now let's see what Michael can do, going again for his 4th win in a row, moving on to face Manon Gracier if he wins. .41-foot oil pattern here. And again, right over the 3rd arrow, but that one hooks early. He might have cut that short a little bit off his hand, so looks like that one's going to go left early, and look at it pick up in the mid lane. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a, maybe he didn't trust it quite as much. He knows that lane's tighter. Got a little bit of early hook there. We are at Silverbowl in Beaucouze, France. Beautiful town in the northwest portion of the country. About 200 miles northwest of Paris. And there's a missed makeable by Koch. Really his first chink in the armor since the game against Segura. So we'll give him 6 and 3 for the 1-pin lead in the early going here. This is the 16th of 22 matches we'll be bringing you. As we said, we have Manon Grancière on deck, then Quinton Derou, the two-hander Nora Johansson, Christopher Vialli, then Carl Eklund, and number 1 seed and top qualifier Daria Payok. And there's a nice comeback by Koch on that left lane. And 10 in the pit with the ball solidly in the pocket. So good comeback there for Michael. These bowlers have bowled these qualifying games touring around France. And it's a wonderful experience. You can query into the 2022 tour, which films around the second half of September timeframe, by checking out bowlingpromotion.com. And there's a tragedy for Nilsen. And watch this ball turn. I think he tried to make the adjustment. He did move left, looking for a little bit more hold, but did not get it. And how about dead straight through the beak for the big 4 split. And here we go, attempting to shoot the split. And that might be something, a shot you've seen before, and that's the example of the open that we show at the beginning of each of the broadcasts. So Nilsen showing us the chop of the 6 off the 10, leaving him with 7 out in the 3rd frame. And now in the early 14-pin deficit against Koch. Sometimes very difficult to come out here when you're a higher seed in a stepladder and get your bearings. If you can make it through that first match and get relaxed on the pair and under the TV lights, sometimes you can really get rolling, which is what Michael Koch has done. And Nilsen here with the very difficult 2-7-8. He's going to want to hook into this split. You should see this ball crossing some boards here. And there he goes in and over and across and makes it. Good shot there. And avoids another 3rd consecutive open, does Nilsen. Now let's see what Koch can do to double up here if possible. We saw Nilsen move left on that right-hand lane last shot. Let's see what Koch does here. And right over 15. He's staying to his game plan and dead flush in the pocket. Beautiful shot there by Michael Koch. And right over the 15 board, and just picture perfect shot there by Koch, as he's done so many times. Don't know if he's going to have 260 again, but he's got another good game going with the double. Let's see if he can keep it going here with the 3-bagger. And Koch, that one's wide right, but comes back, carries the 2-pin. And good for you, Michael. He says, whoa, gets the 2-pin from behind, and there's a better than the bowler's best friend. That's bonus bowling right there for Michael Koch. And here's Nilsen going straight up, but gets a very sharp break on the mid lane there. And Nilsen really trying to find his bearings on this pattern. Watch this ball snap. I think that's a ball change, and he's got too much reaction off the friction there. Let's see what he can do here with the 10-pin. And no trouble on the conversion there for Nilsen. Nilsen in a hole here, though. Down by 35 to Michael Koch. Needs to start striking immediately if he wants to try to get back into this match, because Koch is loose and he knows the pair, he knows the pattern, and he's on a 3-game winning streak. So Nilsen definitely the underdog at this stage of the proceedings. And straight up, unfortunately, that one hooks early on him. And so he's going to come high on that shot. And Nilsen again to the plastic ball for the 6-10. And good shot there by Nilsen on the cover. And now Koch, can he get it to 4 in a row and extend his lead to what would be 47 if he could get this hit? And we're only in the 6th frame. So that's again out over 15, and bango, 4 in a row for Michael Koch. Once he gets going, he got that break on the 2-pin last frame, but once he gets going, this young man knows where the pocket is and keeps putting it there. So another good shot right up 15, working that seam perfectly and using that symmetrical pin up phase 2 to get the ball down the lane, give him the right motion through the back end of the pins. Everything clicking now for Michael Koch. It would be quite the feat to run this entire stepladder. He would have to win the next 5 or 6 games in a row. Here's another one late. He almost gets the 2-pin to go again from the back, but doesn't quite get it this time. It's essentially the same shot he just threw in that lane. But he can be content with his 46-pin lead right now as we move into the 7th frame. And no trouble with the 2-pin there. Maximum now for Nilsen is 211 if he can go off the sheet, and Koch already pacing at 217. So essential that Halvar strike here and put some pressure on Michael. And there's a good shot. That's his best shot of the match by far. Great shot there. Got that down the lane. He's been working the seam. He is right over 15. That's the shot. So both these guys right on top of each other. It'll be interesting to see if not only in this match if things change, but as we move forward in the stepladder, if the winner doesn't start to see some early hook playing that 3rd arrow line. They appear to be laying the ball down in exactly the same spot. That's another pretty good shot. Get up. Get the roll. No, won't go. That was some bad luck there. That was a good shot by Nilsen. Got it right. Wouldn't make the corner. Once again, visit bowlingpromotiontour.com to see all the matches that we're bringing you as part of this YouTube channel. You can learn more about the competition, learn a little bit about the 2022 signups that are going on now. Bruno Bedone putting on a fine exhibition here around the various bowling centers in France. And could you ask for a nicer venue to spend a couple of weeks in September? I couldn't imagine it. My friends Christopher and Amy Vialli I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years straight now, and it's a fixed part of their calendar. They love doing it. I know some other folks. Hagen Nilsen came over there from the U.S. And here's Koch. And a little late in the pocket. Wouldn't make the corner. I think he was a little surprised by that. I don't think he thought he threw it that badly. But it really just sailed through the break point. He must have missed it at the bottom, leaving the 1-2-8. Shouldn't be any problem here. And since Nilsen is now down to 191 as his maximum, Koch can really just pretty much cruise through this match. If he wants to try some things, he can. At this point, he's going to give him this spare. So we'll have him 174 in the 8th. One more mark will do it, and even 2 opens would probably do it. And Michael Koch will enjoy his 4th victory in a row. He would have to win 6 more matches to win this competition. It's a long way up from the bottom of the Masters stepladder, starting with 3-person matches, and then starting with Jack Blythe head-to-head matches. So this is the 2nd of our head-to-head matches. And another beautiful shot there. And that will do it. So Koch can feel free to experiment if he likes, try a different ball, try a different line. We'll see what he does with that opportunity in the 10th frame. Halvar Hagen Nilsen, you'll see more of this young man. Throws the ball beautifully. You see him all the time in events around the European theater. And like so many of these young players over in Europe, may well see them over here in the U.S. either ladies tour or men's tour. In the case of Daria Payo, Rookie of the Year, player out of Florida at the college down there, and of course a main staple now on the PWBA tour. So folks like, I know Carl Buckley is making a trip over here to the U.S. And Nora Johansson, I'll tell you, with that powerful two-handed style, at age 17, you definitely see more of her. And it would be very interesting to see the impact she would have on the PWBA tour. And Nilsen way deep on that shot. Get some early hook. Nilsen just not getting the projection down to the break point that Michael is. You know, Michael having maybe it's Michael's around the side of the ball, getting a little bit more skid in the early part of the lane. And Alve really more behind the ball. So, and I think with the surface he's using, we're seeing a little bit of earlier hook there. And that can wreak havoc with trying to read the lanes if you get something that hooks there. So Halvar surviving the 5-pin. I think he might have been a little nervous about that, but no problem there. And this will be Halvar's last shot. And again, we will see more of this young man. And once again, our next match will be, and there's almost a 4-9, and does it go? No, not quite. That leaves the 4-pin. And once again, our next match will be Manon Glacier going straight up the boards against Koch, who's going to be a zone inside of her. That should be a very interesting match to watch, to see how the lanes have broken down and see what kind of a look Manon can generate. And victory lap here for Michael Koch. He did not try anything different. Apparently he likes his look, and why not? He just shot back-to-back 260s, and he's about to shoot maybe 220 or 230 here. So I think Michael Koch very, very comfortable right now and looking very strong moving forward. And another good shot. Why not? Put him in the 230s. And Michael Koch really taking command of this match after the third frame with that four-bagger. And spare. And looking like back four here. So well, there's a different ball. Not as aggressive, straight up the line, but a beautiful flush strike. Congratulations, Michael Koch. He'll move on to face Manon Grancière in our next match. Thanks to Olivier and Matt and Bruno Bedone. Bruce Hall here, and we will see you back for our next match on this YouTube channel.
Et deuxième victoire consécutive pour le Hollandais Michael Koch, qu'on va retrouver dans un instant. Mais d'abord, je me tourne vers Halvar Hagen Nilsen. Il est jeune, on le disait, 19 ans. Halvar, is it a big deception to lose this game?
No, I don't think it was that, because it's my first time on TV, and that's why I probably got a bit tense and couldn't make the proper shots.
Yeah, it's very different from when the TV is not here.
Yeah, it's a lot hotter and it's a different atmosphere with the cameras both in front and back and lights all over you.
Alors grosso modo, il nous dit que justement le fait que les caméras et les lumières soient autour de la piste, eh bien, l'ont gêné un petit peu. Et il explique notamment sa défaite de cette façon. Je me tourne vers Michael. Michael, deuxième victoire, deuxième match, deuxième victoire. Second game, second victory. You want to go all the way through?
Well, it's going to be a long road, but I'm going to try. Who knows?
Ça va être long. Je lui ai demandé s'il allait aller jusqu'au bout. Il m'a dit ça va être long, mais on va essayer. Because maybe you'll find your girlfriend at the end, Daria, who was a winner last year. Peut-être que vous allez retrouver votre petite amie Daria, polonaise, qui l'a emporté l'année dernière.
Yeah, that's going to take some games, 6 games probably, to get to her, but I'm going to try.
Merci beaucoup, thank you very much. Ça va être long, hein. Il y a encore 6 matchs avant de retrouver sa chère et tendre Daria.